All right, here we are. Welcome back to Blackford Sports Network, home of your Blackford Bruins. And with me today is the one and only Nick Otwinowski. Otwinowski just working on the farm, so he says, but keeping his social distance and everything. And so with that, let's get into the interview with Nicholas. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good.
All right. So you said you were working on the farm. I know you're big into 4-H. What kind of things are you doing out there on the farm? Getting ready for 4-H or other things?
So yeah, I've been working with our 4-H cattle a little bit, but also mainly I've been working with my uncle, getting ready for planting and helping with that.
All right. All right. So you just had some big news here within the last couple of days. Do you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, I can. I think it was it was yesterday. Yesterday morning, we put out there that I am going to go to Purdue next year to study political science. That's where I've chosen to go to school.
Now you
Over,
had a couple. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say that. You can go ahead and introduce that. It's fine.
No, no, no. I wasn't going to introduce anything. I was going to ask a question. But go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I had a couple other options to play football at a couple smaller schools, which I decided to not pursue just because I felt like I could get a better education at the bigger school.
All right. So what were some of them other schools that you were going to play football at, and how hard was it for you to make that type of a decision? Because I know you really like playing football.
So I had offers to play from Hanover and Manchester. It was mainly Hanover that I was deciding between, and that was a hard decision because when we went down there to visit, it was like I could have seen myself going there, and the fact that I would have gotten to play football as well was very intriguing. So it was just mainly, do I really want to play football that much? Because I had a cousin that played football at the college level, and seeing what he went through, where it was basically all football and studies, and there wasn't really anything else. I had to decide whether or not I wanted to do that. And it was a hard decision because I didn't really want to give up football, but in the end, I feel like I made the right choice.
So you chose education over sports.
Well, however, they did have a very good program in what I wanted to do, but it was just something about the bigger university and the credibility that it has on your education to a job later in life. I felt like outweighed the opportunity to play.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that, man. I like the idea of education over athletics. You know, athletics is only going to get you so far in life. You know, athletics definitely has a lot of good things that it gives you. However, you know, eventually playing that sport runs out at some time because you know only the elite get to move on, and for you to make a decision like that puts your education over your athletics is really something special. So, how hard was it for you to make that type of a decision? And did your mom help you out? Did your family help you out? Or was this something that they just basically said, you know, hey, this is something that you have to do, so it's up to you?
Well, my family definitely helped me out. They gave their opinions on it and what their experiences were and how it helped them. But over the last few days, they basically said, it's your decision. We're not going to help you with it. You need to make that decision on your own. And I had set a deadline for Friday night at midnight to make the decision, and I ended up making the decision only like 20 minutes before midnight. So I used all my time. That's how difficult of a decision it was.
Man, dude, that's crazy that you waited. You know, you really did. You make like a pros cons list, or was it just
I
something that
did.
you went in your head? And,
Yeah, I definitely made a pro cons list. And They were actually really close. Like I think Purdue only outweighed it by one pro. So it was really close. So also talking with all the coaches from down there, I mean, it made it harder and harder to make the decision, but just hearing both sides of it helped me make that decision as well.
Hey, that's awesome, man. And you're going to a great school, even though I'll never admit it publicly. Purdue obviously has its educational, pros, and it's a great school to go to. You're going to get a great degree from it. Um, so what is it that you're going to again? Political science?
Political science, and then I'm either going to minor in um, the minor is probably going to be the hardest part because I'm either going to minor in ag business or communications. I may do both. It's just deciding which minor and which direction I want to go.
All right. So what is it about political science that makes that interesting to you?
So I've always been a history buff. I love history. History, geography, and anything political have always been very interesting to me and stuff that I like to learn about. So just trying to find a major that did that wasn't necessarily history, where the only job in that is coming back and teaching. So basically, I wanted a job that combined all those, but it opened my varieties for work after school.
Yeah, I love history, man. I love it. So, uh, let's get into high school and earlier years. So, you moved to Hartford City, and to be quite honest with you, man, I never knew that. I thought you were born and raised here, grew up here, but it seems like you told me that you lived somewhere else and then you moved back to Hartford City because your mom's obviously from here. Why don't you talk about that a little bit and what it was like to move back to a community like Blackford and make the friends that you do have?
So, I mean, I basically grew up here because it was really early on. I was going into first grade when we moved back here. So, I mean, I didn't really see, I don't even really remember my friends from LaPorte, which is where I was beforehand. I only remember a few that we're still family friends with. So it was basically the same. Like I just had to make new friends. I didn't really understand the differences between the communities. I knew the cities were different sizes, but I mean, I couldn't really feel the difference at that age. But I would not have changed living here for anything. It's been so great. The people that I've met through sports, through school, 4-H. I mean, it's just been amazing.
Right on. So, um, what is one of the most memorable moments that you've had in your last 18 years here at Blackford?
Well, of course, sports and school bring a lot of that. Um, Winning the two sectionals that we won in baseball and basketball, those are really cool things to remember. And just the little things that you don't necessarily remember exactly what happened, but it's just the things throughout each day at school with people that you'll never forget that made growing up and going through high school so cool.
Yeah, that I always thought there was something a little bit different about your graduating class, the class of 2020. There's been something with you guys from day one that just, I don't know, made you think, man, these guys are going to be successful no matter what they do in high school or even on. But you guys have done something that not too many Blackford County um, graduates have done, and you've won two sectionals, one your freshman year, one your senior year, and you were looking to go to regionals and win basketball as well as come back for baseball, and you guys had a really good shot at going pretty deep into the postseason in baseball as well. What's that like for you to have that ripped away by this virus?
I don't know if it's necessarily ripped away because most kids don't get the opportunity to finish their high school career in sports as a winner in the state of Indiana
Right.
because everyone's involved in the tournament. So I mean, it's really cool to end on a win. Of course, we would have wanted to see how far we could go, but there's a reason for all this, and if that's a sacrifice for something else that comes along that's even better, that's okay to me.
All right, that sounds great, man. So, um, what are your plans like? Obviously you still have to finish high school. What are some things that you're looking forward to coming up here in the near future? Like this summer. If we open the world back up, are you gonna get a job before you go to college, or are you just gonna just plan on getting things prepared to go to college?
Well, I hope that we get opened up before the county fair happens. I would really hate to miss that for the final year. But yeah, just I have the job working on the farm, which I'll continue all summer. Um, so that and also getting everything ready and to go to college and getting everything prepared.
Right on. All right. So I already asked you for your memorable moments of your adult, or just of your school career. What about, besides the sectionals and stuff like that? What are some things that you're going to miss about high school?
Um, it's just seeing the people that you grew up with for um, 12 years. Some of the people you won't necessarily, I shouldn't say you won't necessarily see again because you'll probably see them again, but it may not be for a long time. And like I'll miss the camaraderie of sports, like during football, like some of those moments during football, you just can't replace that in
Right.
normal everyday life. So it's just going to be missing the people that you grew up with, missing the little instances that happen throughout each day that you remember and stuff like that.
So what was it like? You went through two head coaches for not for basketball, for football, in Coach Rinker and Coach Seahigh. What was that like, having to change those coaches, halfway through your high school football seasons?
Well, I think Coach Seahigh was our coach freshman year. He came in our eighth grade year at the end
Oh,
after
did he?
football season. Yeah, but Coach Rinker helped the first year transfer over. So having both of them, I mean, Coach Rinker and Coach Seahigh are both great coaches. It was just the response that the team seemed to have for Seahigh compared to Rinker. Not saying anything that's wrong with Rinker, but it was just something different when Seahigh came in, when Coach came in, and it just seemed to change everyone's mindset and helped us get to where we were last year and this year. I think we would have won sectionals if we were in any other sectional other than the one we were in,
Yeah.
because sophomore and junior year we ran into the Indianapolis schools, and then this past year we ran to Eastbrook. So it's just we ran into three buzz saws, but other than that, it was fun to be able to turn that sport around as well.
Yeah, you guys did a great job, man. You were a lot of fun to watch. And it's been a lot of fun watching you guys grow up over the years, from that little kid that I used to see running around the Little League Diamond to where you are right now, man. It's just an honor to get to watch you grow and become the young man that you are. And I can't wait to see where you go in the future. Is there anyone that you want to thank, or anything that you want to say before we cut out?
Yeah, I just say I want to thank my family for always being there and always being willing to take me places and get me to practice and games and stuff like that. Thank all my friends that I've made in high school, all the coaches that I've had that have influenced me, all the teachers that have influenced me and helped me along the way and get to where we are now.
Hey, man, you're great. I'm gonna let you cut out with that one. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Nick. Good luck in everything that you do, and definitely keep in touch with us.
Will do. Thank you, Steve.
All right, man. Thank you. See you later.